much every man that has found himself falling into the manosphere does so because we find ourselves looking for answers. The red pill MGTOW content is so appealing. It's so appealing to so many men because so many of us experience relationships that don't seem to go along with what we thought things were supposed to be. And I would gamble that almost 100% of men who dive into this content and start swallowing various pills do so for lack of a more simplified term. We do so to avoid and alleviate the pain. Now, one of the biggest things that is very common amongst a lot of people who seek to help men is a defeatist mentality, to where they believe that just even putting forth any effort to find something in this world that's not absolute trash is worthless. And while I don't subscribe to that at all, I completely understand it, because when your experience yields the same result over and over, no matter what you try to do, it's disheartening. It sucks. And if it's just your heart that gets torn out, that's bad enough. But so many men find themselves in court, in jail, and some of them even in the ground. And this is all terrible stuff. These are all undesirable ends, especially when they're done so in the name of love. But I think that there's something a lot bigger at play than what the red pill manosphere likes to pawn off as simple answers like hypergamy and divorce, rape, and all of the things that, while true, aren't really they can't be explained away with such simple terms, but most of all without a really good look at oneself. Now, my practice is built on building men. The very first client that I had kind of just happened accidentally. And I met a man that most men would be envious of. A special forces combat veteran at the highest level. And he was at the end of his rope. He was ready to check out of this world, and he had a myriad of things that he felt were ripping at him that he couldn't handle. And I found it quite curious that this man that could handle going through SEER school and all of the different kinds of punishment these guys go through just in the name of training, that he could go through all of that stuff and excel, but matters of his own heart, dealing with a woman, it left this guy basically worthless, to the point where he was ready to start his pistol. And when I first met him and we first started talking with one another, and he started telling me about his history, I saw a lot of parallels and the path that he had taken and the man that he had become and my own. And a light went off. You see, when we grow up, when we're becoming who we are, we're really not in control of the programming that we get. And oftentimes we're left to the devices of people who really don't have any idea what it takes to raise a man. Oftentimes raised by people, a woman, or mothers who don't even know how to keep a man. And a lot of times they don't even want a man because they mistakenly believe that they can do it themselves. Well, I'm a very firm believer that a woman cannot raise a man. She can raise an excellent little boy, a great servant, but a woman has no idea what it is to raise a man because she's not a man. It's impossible. A woman trying to explain what it takes to raise a boy into a healthy, productive man is like a man trying to explain to a woman how to have a baby. But so many times we come into relationships and we just find ourselves in them. We don't really make conscious decisions about things. I ask you right now, anyone who's listening to this, undoubtedly you've had relationships that went so bad that actually fit the narrative of many red pill content creators who preach the all women are worthless thoughts and all of this stuff that you should just walk away. Those of you who subscribe to this, obviously you've got relationships that draw a parallel to what you hear. Maybe the things that you've heard are things that have happened to you. And granted, those things suck. They're terrible. And nobody likes that. But I want to ask you this question. And I want you to really consider it. Don't throw it away. Really consider it. How did this person end up in your life? How did you choose to get involved with this person who was able to wreak so much havoc in your life, destroy your soul, and break you the way she did? She didn't force her way in. A lot of times she didn't even ask her way in. You begged her to be there. But why? Why did you pick that kind of girl? Why did you pick that chick that broke your heart? That chick who aborted your baby? That chick who boned your homie? That chick who monkey branched to another chick, another dude? That chick who had a bunch of guys in the background lying to all of y'all? What made you pick her? What kind of recon did you do on who this person was before you opened up your vault of secrets and all the things that could hurt you and cause you immense pain? What did she have to give to you for you to do that, to give her those weapons, to give her that ability? You see, that's a painful question. It's a painful question because men like to act like we go into these situations and we're winning because from all appearances it seems as if we are. Oh, I got the girl. I chased after her. Man, I was after her for 3 months, dude, and I finally got the girl. The whole mindset that I see men operate on is one of desperation. Chasing after a woman, pursuing after a woman, doing things to try to make this woman find favor in you. This isn't the 1940s anymore. And men doing these things only makes them an easy target for a woman to boost her confidence when things aren't going well. When the guy that she really wants to bound up and tame, whenever he leaves her hanging, you're the low-hanging fruit that's willing to build her up and hold her in place until that dude swings back around. And a lot of times guys get married because they get these women pregnant, and it's the right thing to do. And you end up losing more in the divorce and the child support and alimony if you're in one of those states than if you just simply stepped back and said, you know what? I'll take care of the kid, but I'm not taking care of this chick. Those are traps that a lot of women set for men that they either find to be good providers or they want to trap. So your alpha seed guys end up impregnating these women who go and shack up with the lesser end guys, and that guy will pay the bills until daddy wants to come back and bone her in the car. And she'll do it. That's why she had the kid. She had the kid so that dude will always have to be around. And while the lesser man is paying, all he's got to do is come smash her from time to time and talk shit to her. She won't press him for anything. You see, man, I don't believe in blaming women for everything that happens to men and in relationships, because I know how it goes, man. I know how it goes. I know how it goes when you chase after someone and that they don't really want to be with you, but they settle because you'll do for now. I know how that feels. Every man that's been in the game has got to know how that feels. And anyone who says that they don't, they're either lying or they haven't really dated much. But all the things that could happen bad, they happen to everyone. They happen to everyone that's playing the game. If you date long enough, it's all the things that could possibly happen will inevitably, they'll hit your doorstep. But my key to helping men is this. I'm not trying to give you an alibi, a way out, somewhere to blame, somewhere to point your finger, some easy 10-step, 5-step, 3-step program to get you out of your way. None of that bullshit. All I'm doing is telling you the truth. And the truth is, whatever happened to you in your relationships, it happened because you invited it. You invited that person into your life because she was pretty, or because she had good head, or because the sex was good, or because all the simple, mindless, dumb reasons that men find themselves, quote unquote, falling in love for a woman who they shouldn't even be talking to if they really knew who she was, what she was all about. I've seen this happen too many times for me to blindly fall into the mindset that relationships are all doomed because women are inevitably going to do these things. I think when you pick somebody based off the cover that they show you, I think you get exactly what you deserve. Would you feel sorry for a person who bought a house based off some pictures that they saw on the internet and the story that the seller told them without stepping foot inside or finding out the history of what was going on? If somebody told you that they spent their life savings on that house, put everything that they'd ever saved into that house, and then found out that the house didn't exist at all, would you feel sorry for them? Absolutely not, you would not. So you shouldn't feel sorry for yourself if and when you go about making one of the biggest decisions of your life based off of some trivial shit that this woman was either born with or that she gives away to everyone freely because it's all she's got. Again, men, the problems in your life are not because of women. It's because the women that you've chosen to share your life with. It's the decisions that you made, the person that you trusted. It's not their fault. If you pick up a rattlesnake because you mistakenly identify it to be a grass snake, you can't get mad at the snake when it airs your ass out. It's just doing what it does. You're the dummy that picked it. Out.